So let me lay this out for you. Back in 1995, it was probably really cool to have a coffee table full of remote controls and pretend that you were Mr. Scott in the engine room of the Starship Enterprise, pushing buttons to try to get your entire home theater system set up. But nobody thinks that's cool anymore, especially the other folks in your house. They want one remote that they can use for everything, that turns the TV on, turns on your DIRECTV box, and does what you want it to do. Luckily, it's not that hard to program. A lot of times that stuff is set up when you first put in the box, but what if you put in a different TV? What if you need to reprogram it? Well, I'm here to help you. And I'm going to show you that regardless of whether you have a really old box or just a little bit older box or the latest and greatest Gemini from DIRECTV, it's super easy to program your DIRECTV box to control your television. Doesn't take long at all, and this video guide is going to show you how to do it. Ready to start? If you've got an older DIRECTV box, if this remote looks familiar to you, this is where you want to go. Start by pressing Menu. Arrow down to Settings and Help, and press Select. From there, arrow to Settings and press Select. Then, arrow down to Remote Control and press Select. Go into Program Remote. When you're pointing at the receiver, press Select again. Arrow down to Set Up TV and press Select. Then arrow down to TV and press Select. Key in the manufacturer of your TV. It's probably right on the front of the television. Use the arrows on your remote control and just choose the letter that you want one by one. It's really, really easy. If you know the model of TV you've got, type it in. Otherwise, just highlight I don't know my model and press Select. It'll take you through the process. Just make sure that you keep that remote pointed at the receiver, not at the television. At the receiver. It's going to send information to the remote, and then it's going to have you try the volume control to make sure that worked. If it does, press It Worked, and then you're all set. Otherwise, highlight Try a different model. When you're finally happy, press Exit to go back to live TV. If you've got a Genie system and you've got this remote, start by pressing Menu. Then arrow down to Settings. You'll see the whole screen scroll when you do. When you get to Settings, arrow over to Remote Control and press Select. Make sure Pair Program Remote is highlighted, press Select, and then press Select on Program TV. With this remote, it really doesn't matter where you have it pointed while it's self-programming. Again, try the Volume Up button, and if it works, make sure It Worked is highlighted and press Select. Then press Exit to go back to live TV. If it didn't work, just try the next code. If you have a Gemini and your remote looks like this, start by pressing Menu. From there, use the arrow down button to go to Settings, then arrow over to Remote and Devices and press Select. You'll see this pop up. Go down to Program your remote. Highlight TV and press Select. From here, you'll have a choice of Standard or Manual. What you'll want to do is choose Standard unless you really know the model of your television. Most of the time, your DIRECTV box is going to get it right. You don't have to worry about it. Use the on-screen keyboard to choose your model of television. Usually doesn't take more than one letter to get to the buttons you want, but I went all the way through just so you can see how it works. Here I've got a Samsung television. Arrow over and highlight it, press Select. make sure your remote is pointed at the TV, which is different from the way that these are programmed with older receivers. Keep pointing it at the TV until it tells you to stop. It's going to automatically try to turn up the volume for you. If it works, you just say yes. Otherwise, say no. When it's all done, just press exit to go back to live TV. So really, that wasn't that hard. It all comes down to knowing what remote you have, following the steps, and making sure that it works. If you're happy with your DIRECTV system now, great. But if you're ready for an upgrade, you want to call the folks at Solid Signal who sponsored this video. Call 888-233-7563 during East Coast business hours and talk about DIRECTV upgrades. Live TV is not going anywhere. It's only getting stronger. And now is your chance to get into the latest and greatest, while the demand is still okay and you can get what you need right away. Call Solid Signal at 888-233-7563 and get started today.